Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to another episode of Quran Weekly, where we read the Quran in Arabic and discuss the Quran in English. My name is Ahmed, and on the call I have with me Captain Imad.
Say hello, Captain Imad.
Hi, everybody.
And we're here to take you on through another journey of the Quran, and we're starting with chapter 7, which is Al-A'raf. And before we begin, we'd just like to emphasize that we are not experts, we are not scholars in the Arabic language, nor Quranic studies experts. We are merely undergoing a journey to discover the Quran. Mostly I'm discovering the Quran, and with the help of Captain Imad, and trying to see what we learn, what we understand, and share that experience with you. We're not telling you how you have to understand the Quran, but more what we understand from it. And we encourage discussion. If you have a different perspective or a different view, please feel free to drop a comment, and we will happily respond to those comments as well. But before we begin, as usual, we begin with أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم, which means I seek refuge from God, from the devil, and in the name of God, who is most merciful and whose mercy is most encompassing. Over to you, Captain.
Okay, the first verse, Alif, Lam, Mim, Sad, and if you notice that letters are connected in Arabic, as you know, but we don't say it almas. We have to spell each letter individually, as if they were separate letters. In fact, they are called separate letters. Alif, Lam, Mim, Sad. Now, there has been many books trying to explain the meaning of those separate letters, which preceded so many verses of the Holy Quran. Some of the verses were started with one letter only, others 2 letters, others 3 letters, 4 letters, or 5 letters. One letter, for instance, Noon, وَالْقَلَمُ وَمَا يَسْطُرُونَ. Another one, Qaf, وَالْقُرْآنِ الْمَجِيدِ. 2 letters, طه ما أنزلنا عليك القرآن لتشقى, Yasin, والقرآن الحكيم, and so on and so forth. Now this one is 1, 2, 3, 4 letters, and there is one for 5 letters, which is, I believe, in Surah Maryam, Kaf, Haya, Ain, Sad. Now, there's one thing worth noting here. Every surah that starts with these separate letters must indeed, you will find immediately a mention of the book or the Quran. What is the relation? I don't know, but you can check it out. Any surah that starts with these separate letters, the mention of the kitab, the book, the holy book, or the Quran is going to be in that surah. Now we can go to verse number 2.
Okay, clear?
Kitabun. Sorry, go ahead.
No, clear. Thanks. I just wanted to say thanks for that explanation. Yeah, that's clear.
كتاب أنزل إليك فلا يكن في صدرك حرج منه لتنذر به وذكرى للمؤمنين. The book, as we said, all these surahs that start with separate letters has to mention the book. The first word of the second verse, كتاب أنزل إليك, it's a book that was revealed to you, and don't be embarrassed to reveal it, to tell it to the people, in fear of them accusing you of being a liar. These are not the words of God. These are words you came up with. So even if there is a possibility that somebody is not going to believe that you are a messenger of God, it's not going to believe the Quran is from God, they will accuse you of being liar. So don't worry. Just do what you're told. Reveal the Quran as it was revealed to you.
You're
Say it to the people.
Sharing your understanding, but if we take it like the literal translation, this book we have revealed to you, so do not let it be in your breast uneasiness, or they translate to anxiety below, from it, so that you may warn with it, and a reminder for the believers, so that you may warn the disbelievers. So you may warn with the disbelievers, and a reminder for the believers. So here, yeah, I guess you're saying that the uneasiness exists because they might not believe that he's a messenger, but I don't know if that's written specifically in this verse.
This understanding, I got it from tafsir.
Okay.
Not my own understanding. This
Okay.
is from Tafsir al-Jalalain, which tries to explain the verses.
Okay. I mean, like I said, it's possible, but it just describes فلا يكن في صدرك حرج, which means don't let in your breast or in your chest be any uneasiness from it.
تمام.
Yeah. Okay.
Next.
Next.
وكم من قرية
Nope. We missed
أهلكناها.
one.
Yeah.
واتبعوا ما أنزل إليكم من
Oh,
ربكم.
sorry. Yes. اتبعوا ما أنزل إليكم من ربكم ولا تتبعوا من دونه أولياء قليلا ما تذكرون. Follow what has been revealed to you from your Lord and seek not those who are beyond them or below him. How little do you remember?
Yeah.
I don't know how to translate it in another way.
Yeah. So just the one thing you said below, it doesn't exactly say below. It just says, and do not follow without him, min dunihi awliya, without God or besides him or aside from him. Do not take
Yes,
them as guardians.
this is it can mean many things. One of them is what you just said, without him, and it could mean those who are below him, because what happens, the non-believers might worship idols.
Sure.
Those idols are not gods, so they are beyond God. They are below God.
I
Don't follow anybody below God. So both understandings are probable.
your explanation makes sense, and there is a way to see those other than God as below him. But I'm just saying that the verse itself just says like min dunihi, from without him, from beside him, from other than him. Don't take them
I
as.
lost you.
Hello, can you hear me? Testing 1 2 3. Hello.
I think I lost you.
Can you not hear me? Because I can hear you. I can hear you very clearly. I don't know what's happening.
Are we still on?
I can still hear you, but can you hear me is the question. Hello?
I lost you. I didn't hear anything of what you said.
But can you hear me now?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, there were like 10, 15 seconds. I couldn't hear anything. Anyway, so shall I go through verse number 3?
Okay, sure. Do you want to go through it some more?
I think we've explained it fairly clearly.
Yeah, I think so. I agree.
وكم من قرية أهلكناها فجاءها بأسنا بياتا أو هم قائلون. How many villages? The word village doesn't necessarily mean a small town, small village. It means even a city that follows one religion. So this understanding comes from the Quran, Tafsir al-Quran, the books that explains the Quran. However, you can take it literally. Village قرية means village. كم من قرية أهلكناها, we destroyed it, and our punishment came to them when they were asleep at night or where they were taking a nap in the afternoon. You can translate it better if.
Yeah. Why is it always when they're sleeping?
It's not necessarily always when they are speaking this. The verse says we punish it while they are sleeping in the at night or taking a nap in the afternoon, which means that they are relaxed and they are happy. They are not stressed out. They are living a good life. They think everything is okay. Nothing is going to happen, and then it suddenly hits them.
Okay. Yeah. So it could be that it's catching them, by surprise when they least expect it, when they're resting. But all I know is just it says it comes to them at night or while they're sleeping at noon. So it's interesting that it comes during a time of rest.
It depends on which way you want to look at it. I believe the meaning means it says when they are relaxed. How can you sleep if you are worried or you're sick or
Sure.
you're feeling bad?
I understand.
You only can sleep yeah.
I get what you're saying.
Go ahead.
It could mean that it was a moment of relaxation, and that's kind of the point, but I'm trying to think. I'm just curious as to why. Why is it during a moment of relaxation that's relevant? But anyway,
because they are non-believers. They don't think anything is going to happen. They think that life as is going to continue forever. They don't believe there is a doomsday. They don't believe there is punishment from God or reward. They don't believe any of this. So when they relax and they are comfortable in their unbelieving, it hits them. I don't know. Maybe.
okay.
I could be wrong.
I mean, it makes sense, but yeah. Okay, next.
فما كان دعواهم إذ جاءهم بأسنا إلا أن قالوا إنا كنا ظالمين. What they claim, or their dua. What's dua
Their
in
plea.
English?
Their plea.
Their plea was nothing. When our punishment came to them, their plea was saying, "Oh God, we have been very unfair. إنا كنا ظالمين."
Yeah. I like that unfair expression. It says wrongdoers, but yeah, like fairness does come to mind. Dhalimin, the ones who have done, been wrong. Clear, powerful. So
Thanks.
when the punishment comes, all they say is we were wrong, and it's too little, too late.
Yes. فلنسألن الذين أرسل إليهم ولنسألن المرسلين. فلنسألن is like sort of an oath, which is a confirmation. We will ask those who have been given the book, and we're going to ask the messengers who delivered the book to them.
It doesn't mention the book. It just says we're going to ask those who were sent to them. أرسل إليهم.
Sent what? What?
The messengers were sent.
And the book.
Why
were the messengers sent?
It doesn't mention the book. It just says فلنسألن الذين أرسل إليهم, the ones who were sent to them.
Yes.
And
we will ask the messengers.
And we will ask the messengers.
Okay. What would the messengers tell them? They would tell them, we have received a holy book from God, from Lord, and we are obliged to reveal it to you.
That's one possibility. But like, for instance, if there are messengers that didn't receive the books, because there are many messengers throughout the Quran, and it mentions them quite a lot. Some of them had the book, and some of them didn't have the book, and some of them still had the message.
We have to distinguish between prophet and a messenger.
Sure.
We have to differentiate between a prophet and a messenger.
Sure.
A prophet is a man of God who tells prophecies from God.
Yeah.
A messenger is a messenger from God, and he specifically came with a message from God, a holy book. He revealed it to the messenger, and he has to tell it to his people. He
specifically comes with a message, but it doesn't have to be in the form of a book.
True. So, but here is obviously what is meant by this verse is the official messengers of God who were asked to reveal a book or holy book or message from God, specifically. Messages of God.
Messages of God, sure, I give you. Messages of God, I completely agree with. And here it's saying that they will be questioned. But why is there a difference? فَلَنَسْأَلَنَّ الَّذِينَ أُرْسِلَ إِلَيْهِمْ. So we will ask the ones who were sent to them, and then it says, and we will ask the messengers. Are the messengers not the ones that are sent to them?
And that's why I believe that the question is about the book, not about the messengers. It's like God is going to ask those who have their prophet, their messenger, revealed a book to them. And did you, messenger, did you tell them what I told you to tell them? Did you show them the Holy Quran or the Holy Bible or the Holy Torah? Or did you not?
So I don't think it's about the book, but I think the difference between them, فَلْنَسْأَلَنَّ الَّذِينَ أُرْسِلَ إِلَيْهِمْ, here it's saying the ones that were sent a messenger, we're going to ask the people who were sent, who received the messengers, and then we're also going to ask the messengers themselves. So in other
words, we will ask those who The sender and the receiver.
Yeah,
Okay?
the sender and the receiver. Yeah. First it says the ones who received the messengers, and the
And
ones. Then we'll ask the messengers themselves.
right.
Yeah, clear.
Okay. Next.
Next.
فلنقصن عليهم بعلم وما كنا غائبين. We will tell them with knowledge. We know what we're telling them, and we were not absent.
Yeah. So here's the question: if they're not absent, why do they need to ask the messengers and the ones who receive the messengers? If we have
No. Sorry, no. وما كنا غائبين. God is speaking about Himself.
yeah.
And he says, sometimes he says, "Inni ana Allah." I am the
Yeah,
God. I am
I'm
Lord.
saying since God was never absent, why is He asking? This is always a question that I always struggle with. Why is He asking the messengers and the people who were sent messengers about what happened? And
so that they confess either, yes, we received the message, but we didn't follow it, or we didn't receive the message. In both cases, God knows exactly what happened. God knows.
Yeah, it's just
it
confuses me as to why. Why does this have to happen? Why did they ask first and then they say, "Oh, after we ask, we will tell you what happened." So it's like, why ask?
Think of it as a court, where the lawyers and the judges and the district attorney will question the witnesses, will question the defendant, they'll question you have to ask questions so that they will provide evidence and prove that they were guilty. Because God was never absent. He knows that they were guilty. But I will give you the chance to say, no, I didn't receive any message. No, I didn't see any messages of God.
But I mean, like, if I was like, why would you lie at this point? If you're faced in front of God, then you can't lie. Is what I would imagine.
Exactly. It's the judgment day.
Yeah,
This is what happens in the judgment day.
Yeah, I can't imagine people to lie on these situations. But maybe I'm missing maybe I'm missing the point. Yeah, exactly. Okay, cool, clear.
I don't know. Only God knows.
Yeah. Next.
Okay, next.
Yeah.
والوزن يومئذ الحق فمن ثقلت موازينه فأولئك هم المفلحون. Weighing at that day, يومئذ, at that day, the doomsday, weighing is weighing the good deeds against the bad deeds. It's like putting one solid kilogram in one hand of the scale and their actual deeds, the good things they have done in one scale, and the bad deeds they did in another scale. Whichever goes better will determine where do they go.
In a weird way,
so even
this doesn't say like it's a weighing scale of like positive and negative. It just says that the weight is the positive. والوزن يومئذ بالحق. The weighing that day will be the truth, will be the good, will be the righteousness. So here it's
when he uses. Yeah, go ahead.
It's saying that the heavier the scale will be, then the more they are doing good. But like for me, it doesn't come with the comparison of a weighing scale, but it comes as if you're weighing one item, and the heavier it is, and the heavier that item is, the more that it is good deeds. And then the next verse kind of goes into, and the lighter it is, then those are the ones who have lost themselves.
So heavy and light is about the good deeds, good actions they did in their lives.
Yeah, exactly.
If that is too heavy, if the good deeds are too heavy, they are in good shape. They survive. If the good deed is light, virtually nothing, they're gonna go to hell.
Yeah. So let's read the next verse to kind of read what if the good deeds are light.
Okay. ومن خفت موازينه فأولئك الذين خسروا أنفسهم بما كانوا بآياتنا يظلمون. Those who have light weight of good deeds, they are the ones who lost themselves. How? Because they were unfair to our verses.
Yeah, because they were unfair, unjust towards our verses. They're
unjust, yes.
Yeah. It's fair.
Next. ولقد مكناكم في الأرض وجعلنا لكم فيها معايش قليلا ما تشكرون. We have made you
We've established
in planet Earth. We give you, like the human are the masters of the planet.
Yeah.
Now, as we see it, or as it always been the case. وَلَقَدْ مَكَّنَّاكُمْ فِي الْأَرْضِ. The human beings have been given authority and ability to action and do good or bad in planet Earth. And we provided you with ways to support your life. How little do you thank God for it?
Yeah.
Next. ولقد خلقناكم ثم صورناكم ثم قلنا للملائكة اسجدوا لآدم فسجدوا إلا إبليس لم يكن من الساجدين. Here we come. Yeah, I know. I know. It's
Okay.
coming.
Let's first explain
ولقد
it.
خلقناكم ثم
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's first
ولقد
explain.
خلقناكم.
Sorry. Yeah. I was just saying. Let's explain it first, and then explain why I'm laughing. Yeah. Go. Sorry.
Okay. ولقد خلقناكم. We created you. ثم صورناكم. We gave you your images. It's not صورناكم in Arabic means took a picture of you.
Yeah.
No, that's not what it means. It means we gave you your features, your face, your body, the way you're created.
We shaped you. We
ثم
fashioned you.
We shaped you. ثم قلنا للملائكة اسجدوا لآدم. And then we told the angels سجود شو يعني بالإنجليزي؟ اسجدوا.
Prostrate.
Bow. Prostrate for Adam. And they did. Except Iblis, the devil. لم يكن من الساجدين.
So the reason why I was laughing is because Captain Imad and I have been arguing about this point. I think every single time this is mentioned in the Quran, and it's mentioned quite a lot in the Quran, and it's always saying the angels all prostrate or bow before Adam, and they all prostrated except for Iblis, which I understand to mean that Iblis was a part of the angels. But Captain, you have a different perspective, I believe.
Actually, it's not. It's not. I have a different view. I have a different verse that confirms beyond shadow of doubt that Iblis, the demon, was not an angel. He was actually from the jinn.
Well, so the idea is that he can be both jinn and an angel, for example.
This is impossible. Why? Why is it impossible?
Why is it impossible?
Because angels are created of light, and jinn were created from fire. They cannot be the same. They are not the same. Humans are made of clay, of dirt, dust. You cannot be an angel and a human. You cannot be a devil and a human. You cannot be jinn and human. You cannot do that.
I mean, there are a few statements that talk about the giants that used to live on Earth before humans. They call them the Nephilim, that they were the sons of humans and jinn, or like they were like half human, half angelic beings. And this is also the story of David versus Goliath, and this is why Goliath was so much larger than David. Like physically just a creature that was slightly different because it was a mixed breed creature, for example. So mixing breeds is possible. I just don't know if it applies in a religious setting.
Mixing of breeds. Now this has taken us way out of course.
Okay.
The course was قلنا للملائكة اسجدوا. We told the angels to prostrate. They did, except Iblis, the demon, he didn't.
It doesn't say Iblis the demon. It just says except Iblis. Anyway.
Well, how are we gonna translate the word Iblis in English?
Yeah, Iblis is a name.
What would you say? What would you call him?
Iblis is a name, and we call him the devil, sure, but it's his name.
His name was Azazel, not Iblis. Iblis is a description.
Oh, Okay.
His actual name was Azazel. I remember I told you the story about it's from the folklore, trying to explain things how God created mankind, and He sent an angel and told him, "Go get me some dirt and dust from planet Earth. I want to create a human being. I want to create Adam." He goes down to Earth and he asks for
Oh
to
yeah.
take.
And
Remember that story?
I do remember, and that the Earth said, "You're not going to take from me." And okay, I understand, and
So
I get it. All I'm saying is that this verse, as taken by itself, and in many situations, implies that all the angels bowed except for Iblis, who seems to be a part of the angels. I understand that you believe differently because that the angels are made from light, and the devils are made from a smokeless fire. While Adam was created from what we describe.
Well, to cut the long story short, Ahmed, to cut the long story short, there is a verse, clear verse in the Quran that says, إلا إبليس كان من الجن ففسق عن أمر ربه. Except the devil, he was from the jinn, and he diverted from the course of God.
I agree with you that he was from Jinn. I'm not denying that he was from Jinn. I'm just
But he
saying
can't be both.
that all I'm saying is this is what the phrases explain to me when it says, and it's not just once but many times in the Quran, the angels. We said to the angels, prostrate to Adam, and they all prostrated except for Iblis. Like, except for Illa in this situation. Like, comes from, like, it's except of what? Except of the angels, right? Like, just logically, the way that the sentence is structured, except doesn't make it. Otherwise, it would have said, and Iblis didn't bow down. But here it's saying, except. All the angels bowed down except for him. So that's what I'm saying. I understand what you're saying, but the Quran seems to indicate otherwise. But let's.
I guess we have to agree to disagree on this one.
Sure. I
Because
think this.
I have a very clear verse that says إبليس كان من الجن ففسق عن أمر ربه. He was not an
Yeah.
angel. He was not a falling angel. Anyway,
We
next.
continue the story of Iblis and why this happened and why this didn't happen. So let's go next. Yeah.
Yeah, it's going to explain what happened in
Yeah.
that meeting.
Yeah.
قال ما منعك ألا تسجد إذ أمرتك قال أنا خير منه خلقتني من نار, there it goes, مش من نور, وخلقته من طين. He said, God asked him, what prevented you from prostrating to Adam? I gave you the order.
Yeah.
Why didn't you comply? He says, not because. Look at his answer. The devil said, because I am better than he is. You created me from fire, and you created him from clay, and fire is much better than clay.
Yeah.
How did he come up with this excuse? I have no idea. Why would fire be better than clay? I don't know. But that was his argument.
Yeah. And just continuation, it says in the beginning, قال ما منعك, say what prevented you from bowing, prostrating, when I commanded you. And in the previous statement, in the previous ayah, it says ثم قلنا للملائكة اسجدوا, which means the command was given to the angels. So that's like it has both.
Okay, the command. Okay. Well, hang on a second. The command was given to the angels.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
Then when God asked Iblis, why did you not prostrate to Adam? Why didn't Iblis say to him, God, because I'm an angel?
No.
I shouldn't prostrate to human, to man, to Adam.
Yeah, his argument was that he was made from fire. But like it's the argument of whether angel can be, for instance, a status or a symbol or a position rather than a race, for example.
It is a kind of a race because they were created from light, jinn were created from fire, and humans were created from clay, from dirt.
Okay.
Let's continue.
Yeah, sure.
قال فاهبط منها فما يكون لك أن تتكبر فيها فاخرج إنك من الصاغرين. God immediately said to him, get out of the paradise, get out of the heavens.
Yeah.
This is not your place.
Yeah.
You will never show off or believe that you are bigger and more important than everybody else. Get out. You will be denounced. صاغرين ما بعرف صاغرين شو ترجمتها بالانجليزي.
They translated it to the disgraced ones. But
Disgraced.
it
Okay.
also means صاغرين means like this the small. Like I like also the literal interpretation of small. It means you're from the small ones, like you're from the ones that whose value is very small in my mind.
Yeah. استكبرت أم كنت من العالين. This is another verse.
Yeah.
Did you think you are better, or you were actually an angel? You thought you're actually an angel.
Yeah.
You're not.
And you see the two words تتكبر والصاغرين. تتكبر is to make yourself bigger than you are, and الصاغرين when you are really actually quite small. So you think that you're bigger or better than yourself, but really you're not that. You're nothing in comparison.
تمام.
Next.
قال أنظرني إلى يوم يبعثون. He said, give me a chance until the doomsday, which is the day where people will be coming out of their graves and things to meet God.
Yeah.
For doomsday.
So give me until Judgment Day, Day of Resurrection.
Judgment Day. Then he said, next, قال إنك من المنظرين. And there is another verse, you are from those who are postponed. Iblis said, postpone me until the doomsday. And God said, yes, you are postponed until the specific time.
It doesn't say the specific time, but it's understood. The translation says you're delayed until the appointed day, but it says all it says is say that you are of the ones that are delayed, or you're given respite, you're given time.
Okay.
I understand what you're saying, to the appointed day, and the translation puts it in between brackets so that it's understood. But all that God said is that you are from the ones that are delayed.
Okay. Next. قال فبما أغويتني لأقعدن لهم صراطك المستقيم. Now here is a very dangerous word in Arabic. أغويتني, seduced me.
Yeah, or led me astray.
Why did Iblis say فبما أغويتني? What was the seduction from God?
So
the seduction. Go ahead.
Yeah, in my perspective, he was born with it, right? He was born with the capacity for having arrogance, and who made him to be this way. In a way, God gave him the ability to be arrogant, no?
God gave us the ability to be good and the ability to be bad.
Sure.
What we do is our choice, our responsibility. God gave Iblis the chance to be good, to do good, to obey God, and to disobey him. The angels, when God gives the angels an order, they will immediately fulfill. They will execute it immediately, without discussion, without understanding. But jinn and human have the choice to obey or disobey. And God knew that he was arrogant. He wanted to prove it to him that he's an arrogant. So he said to the angels, while he was standing there, prostrate to Adam. And then his arrogance showed up, which means he was not an angel, because had he been an angel, he wouldn't refuse an order of God. He couldn't dare. He's unable to refuse God's order had he been an angel.
That's your belief, but I don't know if that's also the Christian belief, for example.
I don't know. I read the Bible in Arabic years ago, but I don't memorize any of the verses. Nothing comes to my mind now to talk about. But let's stick to the verses in hand.
Sure, no worries. So he said,
Go ahead.
You sent me astray, and surely I will sit for them on your path of straightness, which means I will set up a trap for them. I will lie in ambush for them on your straight path.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Next.
because I fell for temptation, they will definitely fall for temptation as well.
ثم لآتينهم من بين أيديهم ومن خلفهم وعن أيمانهم وعن شمائلهم ولا تجد أكثرهم شاكرين. This verse, the devil or the police said, I'm gonna seduce them like you seduced me. I will
Yeah.
seduce them from the right, from the left, from behind, from the front. But he didn't say from above. Why?
Did he say from below either? لقيتهم من بين أيديهم, from between their hands, from
أيمانهم وشمائلهم. He
behind
didn't
them,
say
from
above or
right,
below.
from their left. Yeah, it says front, back, left, right. He doesn't say above or below.
Doesn't say above or below. Why?
Yeah, I mean, like from, if it depends on your perspective. If you're looking on a 2D map, then it's from every direction. But if you're looking at a 3-dimensional map, then it's missing above and below.
Here we are speculating. I don't honestly know why he didn't mention from above or below. However, the answer, the bottom line was, وَلَا تَجِدُ أَكْثَرَهُمْ شَاكِرِينَ. You will not find most of them thankful. Most of them will be unthankful, ungrateful.
Yeah. You will find most of them ungrateful. Why would they be grateful to his approach?
No, they would be ungrateful to you, Lord, to you, God.
Ah, okay. Are you sure? Well,
absolutely, 100%.
And you will find most of them ungrateful.
Yeah. Why would they be grateful to Iblis? They should be grateful to God, who gave them life, who's provided for them, who gave them food, marriage, everything from God.
What you're saying makes sense, but when I read the whole verse by itself, then I will come to them from before, between their hands, from behind them, from to their right, from to their left, and you won't find most of them grateful. I would assume the second part of this ayah is tied to the first part. Maybe it's not that they will be thankful for what he's doing, but maybe they won't be thankful as a result of what he's doing. Okay.
Yeah, they will not be thankful for God. He's gonna mislead them anyway.
Yeah. Next. Okay, I agree with you. Let's move on. Next.
قال اخرج منها مذءوما مدحورا لمن تبعك منهم لأملأن جهنم منكم أجمعين. مذءوما.
It was just oof. It's such heavy imagery.
Why? It's only fair.
I know, it was very powerful, like, but let's translate it first so that we can explain what the power was.
Okay, in Arabic it says اخرج منها مذءوما بالهمزة يعني معيبا, full of shame,
disgraced,
أو ممقوت, hated, disgraced. مدحورة, مبعد عن الرحمة, he's away from mercy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Rejected.
لمن تبعك منهم, whoever follows your path, I will fill up the hell from all of you.
With you all, I will fill up hell with you all. Like, it just sounds like such a powerful command, like it something that shakes the earth, something that kind of like, there's so much power within this. I'm gonna fill up hell with all of you, like such wrath. I don't know, it's hard to describe.
Okay. Next. ويا آدم اسكن أنت وزوجك الجنة فكلا من حيث شئتما ولا تقربا هذه الشجرة فتكونا من الظالمين. And then God said, Adam, you and your wife live in this paradise and eat from wherever you want, but don't come anywhere near this tree. Then you will be unfair. You'll be unfair.
Part of the wrongdoers.
Yeah. Now this verse, there's something we need to talk about here. That when God decided to create Adam and make him Khalifa fil Ard, successor, he wanted to provide him with a small lesson that you have an enemy, and that enemy is the devil. To prove to him, to show Adam practical example, he told them and his wife, don't eat from this tree. I don't know what tree it was. Some say it was fig, some say it was apple tree. I don't know what was the tree, but God said, don't come anywhere, don't eat from this tree. Now the devil didn't leave them there. He told God, I'm going to come to him between their hands, behind them, in front of them, left, right, and steer them away from your path. So the next thing that happened, let's continue the verses. فوسوس لهما الشيطان ليبدي لهما. لا، أول شيء آدم أكلوا شو اسمه، أكلوا الشجرة.
لا فوسوس لهم is next part. That's correct.
فوسوس لهم الشيطان ليبدي لهم ما وري عنهم من سوءاتهما وقال ما نهاكما ربكما عن هذه الشجرة إلا أن تكونا ملكين أو تكونا من الخالدين. So the demon الوسوسة زي الوحي، كلام it's like
whispered, they say.
Yeah, like whispering, and show them their nakedness, if you like. I don't know.
To make apparent to them what was concealed from both of them from their shame. Yeah, I understand that it means nakedness as well, from su'atihum, from their shame, from their nakedness.
Mm-hmm.
And he said, what has forbid you both from your Lord? And this is from this tree. Your Lord has forbidden you from this tree, except so that he can, the two of you can be, to stop you from being angels, or so that you can be one of the immortals.
So that was devil's seduction.
Yeah. Which we know that the devil is lying, but why would they believe that they could become angels? Because
they didn't believe that they be angels. No, this was playing on their pride. The devil was playing on their pride. Pride is one of the sins.
Sure, but here he is saying that you could become angels, or you could be one of the immortals if you eat from this fruit. So they believed that they could become angels.
No, he made them think that they must be angels or immortal.
He said he did not forbid, your Lord did not forbid you from this tree, except so that you too could become angels or become immortals. Your Lord has forbidden this tree to you only to prevent you from becoming angels or mortals. That's what he's saying.
So if God wants to prevent them from being angels or immortals, who can stop him?
Yeah, I know, but I'm just explaining what the devil, the shaitan was saying. He was saying that if the only reason he told you not to eat from the tree is because he doesn't want you to become angels or immortals. So that was the temptation.
Okay. Next he says, وَقَسَّمَهُمَا إِنِّي لَكُمَا نَصِحِينَ. Whatever fruit that tree bears, he gave them a fruit and divided that equally for each one of them.
Yeah.
And now this will bring us to something about.
Did he divide it to both? قَسَمَهُمَا, didn't he swear to them? بالقسم. He swore to them that I am one of your sincere advisors.
Oh yeah. Sorry. Yes, yeah. You're right. I don't know what I was looking at here.
No worries.
Sorry, you are right. He swore to God, I am giving you an advice, good advice.
I'm one of your sincerest advisors, yeah.
Tamam. Next. فدلاهما بغرور فلما ذاقا الشجرة بدت لهما سوآتهما وطفقا يخصفان عليهما من ورق الجنة وناداهما ربهما ألم أنهكما عن تلكما الشجرة وأقل لكما إن الشيطان لكما عدو مبين. دلاهما, he brought them down from their category.
So he made both of them fall. He lowered them in their...
أيوة.
brought about the
فلما
fall.
ذاق,
Yeah.
exactly. فلما ذاق الشجرة, when they tasted the fruit, they became aware of their
Nakedness, their shame, their nudity.
nakedness.
Yeah.
And they started cutting the leaves of the trees and cover themselves, and I don't know what to cover themselves. That was the first time they felt shame. And then God called them, did I not forbid you from that tree and tell you that the devil is your worst enemy?
Yeah.
Now, in the Bible, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, they talk about the story as if Adam wasn't part of the sin. It was all because of Eve. A snake came into Eve and told her this and told her that, and I don't know what, and then Eve convinced Adam, and even in some Muslims believe that that's the story, that's the true story. But the Quran says he always called them بالمثنى فدلاهما ألم أقل لكما.
Made them both.
Both of them were equally in the sin, not only Eve.
Yeah.
It wasn't Eve's fault that Adam was kicked out of the paradise.
Yeah, fair point.
It was their both of their faults.
Yeah, fair point.
Next. قال ربنا ظلمنا أنفسنا وإن لم تغفر لنا وترحمنا لنكونن من الخاسرين.
They said, our Lord, we have wronged ourselves, and if you would not forgive for us and have mercy upon us, then we will surely be amongst the losers. So this is what Adam and Eve said after they ate from the tree, and after he asked them, why did you eat from the tree even if I told you not to?
شاما. قال ربي إني ظلمت نفسي فاغفر لي فغفر له.
What?
إنه هو الغفور الرحيم.
Where are you reading?
Anytime we sin, anytime we do something wrong, and we seek forgiveness from God, immediately God will forgive us.
Where are you reading? Which verse?
No, this is different verse. This is not from Al-A'raf.
Okay.
This is آية ثانية.
Okay.
ثانية.
Sure. Okay,
next.
Yeah.
قال اهبطوا بعضكم لبعض عدو ولكم في الأرض مستقر ومتاع إلى حين. The word اهبطوا, descend, it means descend.
Yeah.
بعضكم لبعض عدو, each one of you is an enemy of the other, which means Iblis people and humans are mutual enemies.
That could be the case, yes, but it could also mean just a general.
ولكم في الأرض.
It could mean like it's a general. Some of you are going to be some of your enemies. Some of you are going to be some enemies to some others. It could be possible that the team of Iblis versus others, but it's also possible that even non-team of Iblis, even like the good guys, could be enemies of each other. You know what I mean?
The good guys are suffering from the devil more than the bad guys, because Iblis' mission is to seduce Adam and make him stray away from the righteous path. Now, where do you think you can find the devil? In bars and strip clubs and joints and that, or in mosques and churches and synagogues?
Everywhere.
No, the guys who are in bars and strip joints and everything, all these stupid things, they don't need to be seduced. They are already seduced. They are already guaranteed. They are walking exactly 100% in the path of the devil.
Oh, so you're saying it's only in the mosques?
So you'll find the favorite place of the devil, Iblis, is mosques, synagogues, and churches, because he wants to force them to stray from God's path.
Okay, interesting output. I never thought about it that way. But anyway, so here it's saying descend, and some of you are enemies to some of you, some others. And in this earth, you'll find a dwelling place and a livelihood for your appointed stay. Makes sense.
Absolutely. تمام. قال فيها تحيون وفيها تموتون ومنها تخرجون. In earth you will live, in earth you will die, and from earth you will be resurrected.
Yeah.
At the doomsday, obviously.
Clear.
Next.
Next.
يا بني آدم قد أنزلنا عليكم لباسا يواري سوآتكم وريشا ولباس التقوى ذلك خير من آيات الله لعلهم ذلك خير ذلك من آيات الله لعلهم يذكرون. ذلك خير ذلك من آيات الله لعلهم يتذكرون. Oh ye Adam's people of Adam, or
children of Adam, yes.
Children of Adam, we have given you clothes to cover your shame. Rishon, anything that can cover any kind of clothes, whether it's trouser, whether it's thobe, whether it's I don't know what, anything you can cover, wear it on you, is called rish.
Okay.
And وريشا ولباس التقوى ذلك خير. The I don't know how you translate التقوى in English.
Righteousness.
But
the clothing of righteousness,
even better than that.
Yeah, wearing dignity and wearing righteousness and wearing the correct values is the best for you. That is what's best.
Next.
That is from your God a sign so that you may remember. Here it is again, so that you may remember. Next.
اللهم تذكرون. تمام. يا بني آدم لا يفتنكم الشيطان كما أخرج أبويكم من الجنة ينزع عنهما لباسهما ليريهما سوآتهما إنه يراكم هو وقبيله من حيث لا ترونهم إنا جعلنا الشياطين أولياء للذين لا يؤمنون.
Okay.
Maybe you should translate this one, Ahmed.
Sure. O children of Adam, do not let the devil tempt you, as he drove you out and your parents from paradise, stripping both of them of their clothing. And here we see the expression of clothing of righteousness that we saw in the previous example, so that he can show both of them their shame. So they used to have their righteousness, but then they were stripped of the righteousness, and now they see shame. Indeed, he sees you and him and his tribe from where you do not see them. And indeed, we have made for you the devils as friends of those who disbelieve. We have made the devils allies of those who disbelieve.
Guardians, awliya.
Yeah, guardians. Here it said friends, but it could be allies, guardians makes more sense.
Guardians is I think more accurate translation, because الولي هو المسؤول عن حدا. أنا ولي أمر ابني، أنا ولي أمر أولادي، أنا ولي أمر زوجتي.
Responsible for someone.
I'm responsible. I'm the guardian. I should take care of them. I should provide them. I should guide them. I should do everything.
Yeah.
So I think this would be a more accurate translation.
Yeah. It's kind of saying, just a warning to all the children of Adam: don't let the devil tempt you, as he kicked your parents out from heaven, and he stripped you, both of you, their clothing, and showed both of them their shame. And indeed, he sees you and his tribe, even though you don't see him. And we have made the devils as guardians or allies to those who disbelieve. Clear.
Okay, next. وإذا فعلوا فاحشة قالوا وجدنا عليها آباءنا والله أمرنا بها قل إن الله لا يأمر بالفحشاء أتقولون على الله ما لا تعلمون. إذا فعلوا فاحشة، الفاحشة هي الذنب العظيم.
So if they committed immorality, it's the great sin.
Whenever they do that, they say, we found our parents doing this. I mean, this is normal for us. And God ordered us to do it. قل إن الله لا يقبل الفحشاء. God does not order you for the gravest sins. Are you saying things about God that you have no clue?
Which you do not know.
At which you do not know.
Yeah. Very powerful.
يعني كل الفواحش هاي بقول لك احنا لقينا ابائنا هيك we're following their tracks.
Yeah.
like الشرك مثلا الشرك فاحشه.
Like associating partners to God.
طوافهم بالبيت عراه. They were going in pilgrimage around Mecca, around Kaaba, naked.
Oh.
The Arab people during the time of Prophet Muhammad, or even before him,
Which
they used to go around.
brings to me a question. Like, so in the previous verse, it said that, oh, children of Adam, don't let the devil tempt you as he drove your parents from heaven and stripping them of their clothing. And if you think of what he was stripping them of, because they weren't wearing any clothing, so what he stripped them of was their righteousness, correct? Do you understand what I'm saying?
I do, but I'm contemplating what you just said.
Okay. Because it says, ينزع عنهما لباسهما, which means he stripped them of their clothing. And in the previous verse we saw, but the clothing of righteousness. So since they weren't wearing any clothes, the only logical conclusion is that they were righteous in their nudity, which then makes you think that is it possible to be naked but be righteous? You are not naked if you have a clove of righteousness.
I can't argue in this area. I need to look into this verse and come up with an answer.
No worries. It's just an idea.
Which reminds me, in the previous episode, you said that how come Prophet Muhammad says, "Ana awwal Muslimin"?
I'm the first of the Muslims.
I'm the first of the Muslims, when in fact he wasn't. All the messengers of God before him were Muslims. A Muslim is the one who surrenders to God, to one and only God. So how come Prophet Muhammad says, "Wa ana awwal al-Muslimin"? The answer I got was, "Awwal al-Muslimin" in my people, in my tribe, in my peninsula.
Yeah.
أنا أول مسلم منكم.
And my counter argument was the verse doesn't say that he was the first Muslim of his tribe. It just says he was the first Muslim, and maybe that it could be something else. It could be metaphorical. It could be like an expression of "I am the first to submit," of like a way of saying that I'm not asking you to submit without me submitting first. I submit first. That's how I understand it.
Again, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Again, that makes sense.
But we'll look into this of whether or not you can be naked and righteous at the same time.
I should look it up because it's an interesting point.
Yeah. So the last two verses.
قل أمر ربي بالقسط وأقيموا وجوهكم عند كل مسجد وادعوه مخلصين له الدين كما بدأكم تعودون. Muhammad, Muhammad, say, my God has ordered justice.
Yeah.
He wants you to be just, fair, and أقيموا وجوهكم عند كل مسجد. This is symbolic of doing the prayers in all mosques, in all every place you can pray. You should pray to God. وأقيموا وجوهكم عند كل مسجد وادعوه مخلصين له الدين. ادعوه again, was it?
Invoke him, or calling upon him with sincere devotion.
Okay. كمل انت الترجمة.
Yeah, I just want to start with أقيموا وجوهكم, which means and set your faces at every masjid. I like the explanation that you just shared. It doesn't necessarily mean a literal structure of where you mosque per se, but it just means set your face towards prayer, set your face towards it could be the idea of a holy house, so to speak. And invoke him, وَادْعُوهُمْ مُخْلِصِينَ لَهُ, and invoke him sincerely to him, the religion, and calling upon him with a sincere devotion. As he originated you, you will return. As he first brought you into being, you will be brought out of life again. Yeah.
Come on. Next.
Last verse, sure.
فريقا هدى وفريقا حق عليهم الضلالة إنهم اتخذوا الشياطين أولياء من دون الله ويحسبون أنهم مهتدون. There are two parties, those who do good and those who do bad.
فريقا الهدى, those that are guided, and فريقا حق عليهم الضلالة, which means deserved on them is they're destined to stray. They're destined to gain the darkness.
Why? Because إنهم اتخذوا الشياطين أولياء. Because they took the devils as their guardians.
Their guardians. Without
من دون الله, without God, if you like, yeah. ويحسبون أنهم مهتدون. They think they are doing the right thing. They are going in the right track.
Guided ones. Yeah.
Last verse?
That was the last verse.
Tamam. Alhamdulillah. Any questions?
Alhamdulillah. No, I think that was pretty clear. I appreciate you for joining the Quran. As usual, we always end with Sadaq Allah al-Ali al-Azim, which means trusted is the God of word, who is most high and most grand. And we thank you for attending this episode. If you got to this far and you really enjoy these, then please drop a like, comment, share, subscribe. All of these things help the channel. The more people see this, the more that we can spread our love for the Quran. But thank you for all attending. We're going to say goodbye. Ma'as salama.
Ma'as salama. Goodbye.
Ciao, ciao.